Hello and welcome to the first Valor Night video. All I'm doing with these videos is working through the Lord of the Rings, the card game, the living card game by Fantasy Flight Games. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube who have done a lot of these videos, but none have gone through the entire game. It's a daunting task, but I might try. I'm not going to make a new deck for every single quest or anything, but just try to work through the quests and have some fun. So obviously to start, we have Passage through Mirkwood. You are traveling through the Mirkwood forest carrying an urgent message from King Thranduil to the Lady Galadriel of Lorien. As you move along the dark trail, the spiders gather around you. Search the encounter deck for one copy of Forest Spider and one copy of the Old Forest Road and add them to the staging area, then shuffle the encounter deck. So we've done that. Forest Spider is a 2/2/1 enemy creature spider. After Forest Spider engages a player, it gets +1 attack until the end of the round. Then the Old Forest Road is a location which says after you travel the Old Forest Road, the first player may choose and ready a character he controls. So we'll go ahead and flip this, and we get a nice little quote from The Hobbit. Great book, obviously. One of the reasons I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. So who are we traveling with? I've decided to make a deck particularly for this quest, and I wanted to bring along these three heroes. So Gimli, Dwarf Noble Warrior, 2/2/2/5. Gimli gets +1 attack for each damage on him. This is in the core set, a very classic card of soaking up some damage, hopefully going to soak up some damage so we can one-shot the Ungoliant spawn that comes in this quest. Then we have Glorfindel, a 3/3/1/5 hero, forced after Glorfindel exhausts to commit a quest, raise your threat by 1. This is easily probably one of the most broken cards in the game, given that his starting threat is only 5. Then I wanted to bring along Tactics Eowyn to get the double tactics thing going. 4/1/1/3 Eowyn setup, reduce your starting threat by 3, which will do, and then you can take this action, raise your threat by 3 to ready Eowyn. She gets +9 until the end of the phase, limit once per game for the group. Which is obviously just me on turn 1. I've shuffled my deck, and we'll get started. Starting threat is 25, but in setup, we look at Eowyn, and we reduce that by 3. So starting threat is only 22, which is not a bad starting threat, especially knowing that the Ungoliant doesn't engage us until we hit, I think, 32. So we're about 10 turns away from that. Drawing opening hand, and what I'm looking for in this deck is, Light of Valinor. I want Glorfindel to be able to quest early, and the Light of Valinor states attached to the Noldor or Sylvan hero, and attached hero does not exhaust to commit to a quest. And if you want to play this deck, this is actually my first time even trying it out, so it might not work at all, but it'll be, the link to it will be in the description. So we'll go ahead and give everybody a resource, and this is where we will start. It's also good to get a test of will in this quest. There's a lot of when revealed effects, including when revealed, deal 1 damage to each exhausted character, which I think I'm just going to have to risk for the first few turns. And then I got a defender here, Defender of Vermos. That's really good as well. So we'll draw our 7th card, Dwarven Axe. Attached to a hero, attached here gets +1 attack +2 if it's a dwarf, definitely for Gimli, also part of the core set. And we did get Gandalf and Treebeard, who are great, expensive allies if I ever save up enough money for them. Also the Aether Swordsman. I'm a huge fan of Outlands, so I put a couple of these guys in here just in case we run into questing problems. But I don't expect to, because we're going to quest for 7 on turn 1. So we'll go ahead and spend 1 to pay for the Light of Valinor. And I think that's all we're going to do. So I'm going to send Glorfindel to the quest for 3, Eowyn for 4 more, so we're going to send a total of 7. We've already got 3 against us from the Forest Fire and the Old Forest Road. And our encounter card is, I don't like these guys, the Dol Guldur Orcs. This is why you need that. It's a when revealed. When revealed, the first player chooses a character currently committed to the quest. Deal 2 damage to that character. Alright, well, Eowyn only has 3 hit points, so if I damage her now and then we get the when revealed effect, deal damage to each exhausted character, she's gone. But Glorfindel's committed, he's got 5, so he can soak that up a little bit. That being said, we still make 2 progress onto the main quest, and now we can elect to travel. I think I'll go ahead and travel to the Old Forest Road. Part of me hesitates because I get to ready a character. I'm not going to deal with those forest spiders yet. I'm going to deal one enemy at a time. So for combat, we will optionally engage because we can only optionally engage one enemy. We'll optionally engage the double of the orcs. Well, I guess we could still take both, but I don't want to. I don't want to fight two enemies just yet. So we'll get the shadow card real fast. He's attacking for 2. I think I'm going to risk this undefended. Shadow card reads nothing. Ooh, and it's Chieftain Oofbach. He's pretty nasty. Even the fact that he goes in the victory display when we kill him is telling of how tough he is. 2, 3, 3, 6 enemy, but no shadow, so that doesn't do anything. So 2 damage, and I'm popping that on Gimli. He'll be able to take that. So Gimli's now swinging for 4 due to his ability, so 4, and why not send Glorfindel for 7 and absolutely destroy this guy. And that is turn 1. We'll go ahead and refresh, raise our threat, up the round, and we'll go into round number 2. A little bit more damage than I wanted to take early on. Okay, have a choice here in terms of playing something. We could get a Dwarven Axe, I could get a Defender of Ramas, I could go ahead and get the Citadel Plate on Gimli, but I'm going to wait. I don't think that's super crucial just yet. I kind of want to get a Defender, but I think I'm going to wait another turn until I get a few more tactics resources. And I definitely want to save the dollar for the Test of Will. So we're going to send our same 7 again and just see what happens this time. So 7 against only 2. And the encounter card is, oh, awesome. The Hammer Horns. Easily one of the worst monster enemies, whatever you want to call it, in the game. Because of that forced effect, after the Hammer Horns engages you, deal 5 damage to a single hero you control. This is why you take Gimli with Citadel Plate when you have to deal with the spiders of Mirkwood. Because he can, once he has the Citadel Plate, he can kind of eat that. It's also really good to have a ranged character, or not necessarily a ranged character, but something with range, like Sneak Attack Gandalf. I might have to throw Gandalf in just for the sole purpose of dealing the damage to this. But that 40 engagement means we're not close to that, so we'll probably leave him in the staging area for quite some time. That being said, 3 against 7 means we make 4 progress. 3 goes on to the Forest Road, 1 to the main quest. And there's no reason not to go ahead and take on the Forest Spider. So we'll get him a shadow card. So he has a forced effect that he's attacking for 3. After he engages a player, gets +1 to the end phase. So he's attacking for 3. So we're going to defend with Gimli. We're actually going to defend this time. Shadow card res. Defending player must choose and exhaust a character he controls. Oh, that's kind of terrible. Gimli's going to take another damage, and that's going to exhaust Glorfindel. So we can't fire back. Probably should have waited on that. But that's the end of the round. We'll refresh, increase the threat, because there's a couple enemies that might engage us, even with our threat being so low. And we got my second Citadel Plate. I think there's no time like the present. 1, 2, 3, 4 resources for the Citadel Plate. We could still get Treebeard, and I'm tempted, but I might wait one more turn for Treebeard, just to make sure I can still always use my Test of Will, especially in this class. But Gimli will be a bit more powered up, and we should be good. Gonna send the 7 again. I almost don't need to, because I don't want to go ahead too fast. So, this turn we're just gonna send Glorfindel for 3. So we're gonna send 3 against 1. That could be a little bit of a risk, but we'll see. Oh. Oh, I could not have made a better decision. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each exhausted character, but look at that. I didn't exhaust anyone because of Light of Valinor. We make 2 progress on the quest, and we get 1 if there's 3 of these in the deck, which is just way too many. The Necromancer's Reach. There's no reason for that, and that goes away. That really worked out well. Quested successfully, took no damage. Alright, he's attacking for 2, going to defend with Gimli again. This time, I won't have quite enough to kill him, even with Eowyn. But I don't want to risk any more damage on anybody. Shadow card says, exhaust a character. Perfect. So, 2 attacks from the Forest Spider, backed up by 2 King Spider Shadows. I don't like the King Spider, so I'm perfectly fine with letting that go through. Or coming up as a Shadow. We'll exhaust Eowyn. And then Glorfindel will swing back for 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. So 1, 2 on the forest spider, and he should be dead next turn. So we'll refresh and go into turn number 4. Get our resources. Part of me is really wanting to pull in Treebeard. So I think I will. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to get Treebeard. So Treebeard cannot have restricted attachments. Treebeard enters play exhausted and collects a resource. Each resource phase, these resources can be used to pay for int cards played from your hand. Pay 2 resources from Treebeard's resource pool to ready an int character. I think I only had 1 copy of Treebeard that I put in this deck. We'll go ahead and give him his resource. He enters play exhausted. So he'll take a damage if we get another Necromancer's Reach. I still am only going to send the 3 from Glorfindel, I think. We keep getting those king spiders. We keep getting things canceled on us. Shadow card is an enchanted stream. While it's the active location, players cannot draw cards. So 3 for 3. That's even. We'll go ahead and travel to the enchanted stream, which looks really weird. I love the art in this game, but sometimes the art like this is just a little confusing. Forest spider we still got to deal with. He's attacking for 2. Gimli's going to defend again. Shadow card is defending player must choose and discard an attachment he controls. Wow. That could not be worse. I have a choice here. Citadel Plate or the Light of Valinor. I have another Citadel Plate, and I'd have enough for it this turn. So, and I'm going to have Treebeard helping with a ton of stuff. So I think I get rid of the Citadel Plate. I still want Glorfindel to be able to quest without exhausting. But that kind of sucks. We'll swing for 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 minus 1 is 3, more than enough. Get rid of this forest spider. Finally, he sat in there for 3 turns, but we cleared it. Alright, so we'll refresh, go into round number 5. And one thing that this game, that I'm still learning, I haven't even played every quest in this game, is that it's okay to go slow. The game it hits a point later where it will particularly punish you for trying to play it too quick. If you jump ahead, you're going to get hit with a ton of stuff. Not in this quest, because in this quest, the next stage doesn't have anything in particular. But that will happen. We get another test of will. And do I buy the Citadel Plate? Just in case. I'm not so sure. I'm going to say no. I'm going to keep saving for one more turn. Not going to spend anything this turn. We're going to send 7 this time, though. Try to get through this stage. So 7 to 1. And we need to basically make 5 progress. So probably won't, but we'll get close. The card is Black Forest Bats. When revealed, each player must choose one character committed to the quest and remove that character from the quest if the chosen character does not ready. Well, I think Glorfindel is the obvious choice here for 3, so that knocks us down from 7 to only 4 against 2, which is just enough to clear the active location and nothing else. These forest bats are going to come down and engage us. I'm not super worried about them given the amount of firepower we've got here. We'll have Treebeard defend it for 3. Shadow card is attacking enemy, gets +1, +3 if this attack is undefended. Dolgador Orcs. Okay, even if it was +3, well, if it was +3, do damage. +1 does nothing, so Treebeard's fine. We swing back. Gimli's been defending a lot. We'll let him swing back for 5 and get rid of those bats. We will move on. You can see, even though this is like the baby mode quest, there's definitely a certain aspect where it really wants to slow you down. It wants to make your passage through Mirkwood a trek, and the card I drew was Kazan. Choose a dwarf character until the end of the phase, the character gets +3. This would be a great card to use if we have to kill the Ungoliant spawn. And I could drop the Aether Swordsman out. He'd be questing for an additional 2, only having 1 hit point though. Obviously I don't have any of the other Outlands characters. That doesn't seem like a terrible idea for me. So, Aether Swordsman. He has 1/1/1/1. Ally with a text that reads each Outlands character you control gets +1. So if he has 1 and he's an Outlands character, he gets an additional 1. So he's questing for 2. So we'll send our 7, but we're going to make it 8/9 this time. So 9 to 1, we should absolutely clear through this stage. Shadow card is the East Bite Patrol. This group of orcs, 3/3/1/2. So pretty high threat, very low engagement cost of only 5. I think that is a guaranteed to engage you. There's no way you can have less than 5, and I don't know if there's even a Hobbit character in the game that has less than 5 starting threat. So even if you did like a Grey Wanderer deck, this is going to engage you, which could be a little frustrating if you get this early with the 3 attack. He has 3, so that brings total in staging to 4. So we make 5 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. More than enough to clear flies and spiders. Move on. As you move through Mirkwood, hounded by spiders, the forest path forks before you. Unsure of what lies ahead, but spurred by the urgency of your message, you choose a path and proceed. When you defeat this stage, proceed to one of the 2 chosen path stages at random. Well, we will make sure we do that. The Eastbite Patrol is going to come in to engage us, attacking for 3, going to defend with Treebeard for 3. I don't really want anybody taking any damage. Shadow card is just an enchanted stream, so that's nothing. No damage. And then we'll swing back for 5 for Gimli, 8, make it 8 for Glorfindel, and just absolutely demolish this patrol that is hunting us. And we refresh, move on to round 7. Resource management is good. Now Gimli himself can pay for his own Citadel plate, which is probably smart, so we'll do that. Spend his 4, give him his Citadel plate back. Hopefully we don't get that shadow again where I have to discard an attachment or anything. Hopefully we can hold off there. And then, you know what, for fun, let's give the Horn of Gondor to Glorfindel to try to boost our spirit spending. So this reads, attached to a hero restricted after a character is destroyed, add a resource to attached heroes pool. So that'll be great. And we quest again, we'll send the 9. Probably don't have to. If I send just Glorfindel, because if the Ungoliant comes out, I want... Oh, wait, I can raise my threat by 3 to readier. Okay, never mind, then we'll send the 9. That didn't make sense. What I was thinking was, I want Eowyn ready to use her ability to get +9 attack to kill the Ungoliant spawn if we have to. And if she's exhausted, she can't obviously do that. So I was thinking about just sending Glorfindel and the Swordsman. But with her, we'll still be fine. She can ready. So 9 to 1, we should absolutely clear this. Shadow card is a Necromancer's Pass. First player must choose and discard 2 cards from his hand at random to travel here. Probably not going to do that. Alright. 9 to 4 is 5 progress, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 2 here, chosen path. We're going to shuffle, and we're going to pick this one. The trail winds into one of the darkest, most tangled parts of the forest. You sense that a foul, dark presence is hunting you, and you move quickly in intent to avoid its evil. Don't leave the path. The shadows grow darker, and you realize that a foul presence is aiming to draw you from the path. You must defeat it to pass this way. When revealed, each player must search the encounter deck and discard a pile for a spider card of his choice, and add it to the staging area. The players must find and defeat Ungoliant spawn to win this game. Well, if we gotta pick a spider card and we gotta beat the Ungoliant spawn to win, should probably just pick the next card on the encounter deck. Wow. The Ungoliant spawn. It has a when revealed effect. Each character currently committed to the quest gets -1 willpower until the end of the phase, but notice, and this is just part of this game, we're told to add it to the staging area, not reveal it, which might sound semantic, but in this game, semantics matter. So it comes into staging, not going to travel to Necromancer's Pass because we're going to end the game right here. So he's attacking, he's a 3/5/2/9 non-unique enemy, which is kind of strange, and does not go into the victory display, which I think is incredibly frustrating. That's obviously the mechanic for this quest, so that if you somehow killed this thing early and you got this, you'd have to bring it back. But when you're dealing with the later quests, having this tough enemy show up again is really, really frustrating. That being said, not going to be too hard this time around. So, pull it down. Attacking for 5, we're going to go ahead and use our action to raise our threat by 1, 2, 3. Ready Eowyn, and she's now attacking for 10, which is pretty well enough to kill him by ourselves. Treebeard will defend the attack for 5. Shadow card reads, defending player must choose and discard an attachment he controls. Uh-oh, it looks like the Ungoliant broke our horn. Doesn't really matter. And now let's just see what we can do. So 10 from Eowyn, 3 from Glorfindel, 5 from Gimli, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 minus 2 is 16, way more than 9. We defeat the Ungoliant spawn, and we make it through. So that is a passage through Mirkwood, the starting quest for the Lord of the Rings living card game. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned.